In this video, we'll be taking a look at an app called Ecosphere on the Oculus Quest. So to get the app, we're going to go to the Oculus Quest app on our phone, and then we're going to go to the store, and we're going to search up Ecosphere. And so we'll click on it and download it, and then it should appear on your actual Oculus Quest headset. And so this app basically allows you to go to different continents and go to different countries and experience wildlife in those countries.
This is Ecosphere. You're now on a journey of discovery to experience a planet where humans and wildlife can both thrive. Welcome home. Welcome to the savannas of East Africa. Grassland savannas once covered a quarter of our planet's land surface. These vast areas can be home to huge herds of wild animals, and they're home to us. Here in East Africa, humans share the savanna with the largest land mammal on Earth, the African elephant.
My name is Rafael Tumati. My family have been herding cattle on this savanna for generations. Like some animals here, we have traveled across the grassland, following the rains. In the past, there was always plenty of space for the people, our livestock, and all the wildlife. But all that changed. We became the landowners, and many people settled on the land. They put up fences, blocking wildlife corridors. The human population increased, and towns spread into the savanna.
Africa's grasslands are at a critical point. As people work to increase their standard of living, there is inevitable pressure on natural resources. By 2050, the continent's population is expected to grow by more than 1 billion people, placing more pressure on Africa's wild areas and on its wildlife.
As we use the more space, the savanna suffered, the wildlife suffered, and our livestock suffered. Even the mighty elephant is struggling.
Elephants need masses of space to survive. Every year, many move between Kenya and Tanzania seeking food and to find a mate. Few other animals are so critical for the survival of the savanna ecosystem.
I'm David Dabalin, working for Save the Elephant, Head of Field Operations. As a boy, I always got chased by elephants, either coming from school or going to school. I knew they were not actually out there to hurt me. And this is why I was always amazed by these fascinating animals. I started working for Save the Elephant. This is an elephant research organization that is based in Samburu National Reserve.
Elephants are the architects of the savanna landscape. By dispersing seeds, they create the future trees across the entire ecosystem.
Over 20 years we've been studying elephants in this region. We've collared hundreds of elephants. We're looking at how elephants take decisions, how they think, how they go through the ecosystem. It's amazing how elephant society is. Matriarchs are like the engine of the family. In times of drought, she knows where to lead her family. Everyone is looking upon her. She says, let's move, and everyone moves. She says, let's stop and listen. They do that. There's such a very tight unit that share experiences, share the knowledge, and that's how the elephant life is. One of the things that I love watching is a group of elephants coming down to drink, watch, splash themselves in the mud. You see the joy in them. It's so immense.
Elephants have an extraordinary ability to detect distant rain. It's a trigger, a sign for the matriarch to move the family to fresh grazing. In turn, it ensures the grasslands are not overgrazed and the food quality is higher. However, this annual movement takes elephants through a landscape increasingly used by humans.
Over 20 years of tracking these elephants, we know the elephant corridors. And because of the human population that is spreading across the savannas, we're seeing that these corridors are actually disappearing. As a result, we're experiencing so much negative human-wildlife interaction now. We know these animals individually, and when groups come back into the pack and they're missing the adult females, we know that something terrible has gone wrong.
Mostly as a result of poaching for ivory and conflict with humans, numbers of African elephants shrank from over 1 million in 1981 to around just 350,000 today. To help preserve the elephants and their natural habitat, the Kenyan government and local communities adopted a system known as the Conservancy model. Under this innovative system, which benefits both people and wildlife, fences are removed, allowing animals to roam widely once more. This model is helping to save Kenya's savannas.
I'm very hopeful that in the future there will be a greater balance between wildlife and people.
People are not only restoring wild spaces, they're also working together to ensure the conservation of animals within them.
My name is Naomi Leshongra. I'm the first female elephant keeper in East Africa. I work at Recheti Elephant Sanctuary, where we rescue, rehabilitate, and rewild of orphaned elephants. Reteti was the first elephant sanctuary in East Africa to be started by the local community. We have seen that these babies are suffering in the wild. Most of them will die because their mothers have died. So we bring them in, we nurse them. These baby elephants only need love and passion for them to survive. When we give them love, they give us back love. My work is to prepare the meals for elephant babies. Every 3 hours we feed them. This is my happiness, and they come running and rumbling. This shows love between mother and the child. Immediately after the feeding, we rush into the pool for mud bath. And after water, they splash the hot sand over their bodies to prevent itching. And then they scratch against the trees and rocks. After feeding time, they go out for browsing for 3 hours.
The young elephants will stay at Reteti until they're at least 5 years old. Then together with fellow orphans, they're released back into the wild to help the savannah once again.
Without elephant, the landscape doesn't work. Elephants help our animals by choking trees, and they can share food with our livestock and make paths for them. Our community also are benefiting, getting water, employment, and education. These elephants are like my babies. When they leave this place, I feel sad, but I also feel happy when they go back into the wild and meet their families.
Sanctuaries can perform a valuable role in returning sick and orphaned elephants back to the wild. But the future of Africa's grasslands lies in the ability to create landscapes which benefit local communities and wildlife. Conservancies are a successful way of doing this. Pastoralists across the African savannah are intrinsically connected with wildlife.
We pastoralists love nature. To preserve the trees and animals is our pleasure. Now we are opening up our lands, joining them together to wildlife is coming back. Our communities are seeing the benefits of conservation. We earn an income from protecting our land. In the future, we will have less livestock, more space, and even more wildlife.
I am happy. I will spend less time heading. I can stay in school, and one day I can be a doctor. The future of our savannah is good.
Conservancy model in Kenya is showing one way that East Africa's grasslands can be managed sustainably. By ensuring there are large wild areas and corridors, both people and wildlife can thrive. Kenya can restore the natural balance and build a future where people are part of nature once more.
Yo